Hey, welcome to Monday, and for all of the things that I think that you need to hear today. So I did a radio interview this morning, and we were talking about the importance of being visible, the importance of social media, and whether you're in business, whether you are selling a product or service, trying to raise profile in terms of the cause that you might be promoting, whatever it is. The thing is, the thing that your audience needs, the thing that your hot cold clients, which I coined on Saturday, the thing that they are looking for is you. Now, I'm not talking about some outsourced version of you, right? There's a lot of confusion out there in the market where people are like, well, you know what, I'll just go and hire a social media manager or a virtual assistant, and I'll get them to go and do my posts for me. I'll go and hire a ghostwriter to write my blogs. Don't ever do that. I will, go and get somebody else to do all of this thing because social media is just what I need to have. Your marketing, if you really want to cut through the noise, if you really want to be seen, heard, resonated with, which is really what we're all looking for, right? Then you've got to be the one that is actually showing up and turning up. Nobody else can replicate your voice, your message, your stats, your opinions. Now, obviously, that goes without saying for your live streams and for your videos. But a lot of people will be like, well, you know what? Instead of going and you creating all of this other content, I'll just get a virtual assistant to do it, and then you just do your live streams. It's not going to work. What I would suggest that you do, so this is a really short, sharp and shiny video today. The thing that I would very strongly recommend that you do is obviously you do your live stream, you write your blog, and I would strongly recommend that you do that on the daily. It doesn't have to be super long. It doesn't have to be super short. You don't have to have 1,000 word count. You don't even have to have a 300 word count. The thing that you need to be able to do is get your message across consistently and in front of your audience. The second thing is that we know that your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Like we know that the energy that you're emitting will bring certain people to you. And if you're half-assing it, if you are going, oh, yep, 1 + 1 is 2, and I'm only ever going to talk about those things, then they're missing out on a whole 90% of your opinions, your beliefs, and everything like that. Everybody else, if you look at all of your competitors in your industry and even the people outside of your industry, you can tell very, very quickly those who are doing the things that they need to do because they think that they should. And there are those of you who are actually going out there, talking about the things that are really important and sharing it from the heart. And that's really the way that you are going to be able to cut through the noise. So I've had a bit of media recently, as you may or may not have seen, and some of the things, it's really interesting. Some of the things that are still most of the things that are still being broadcast on, on traditional television are awesome, but they're very obviously scripted, right? So the things that I've been doing recently are not so much the Today Show, but certainly for Koshi's, they were excerpts out of the book that I was pretty much reading and going through and saying. It's a lot less free flow, free spirited, the way that my live streams and things are. Now, that's fine, but if all of your content is like that, then you're going to attract a particular kind of person. If all of your content is just completely free-flowing, mad, crazy stuff, then that's awesome if that's you, and that's going to attract a certain kind of person as well. The thing that we need to do, if you really want to stand out, if you really want your it factor to be seen, if you really want to be heard, understood, resonated with, and if you want your audience to feel heard, understood, and resonated with, then you've got to show up as you. You've got to show up whether you're fresh out of the shower, whether you are after the gym, whether you're doing it at 6 o'clock in the morning, whether it's 9 o'clock at night, whether it's lunchtime, regardless. Get out there, turn your camera on, and start sharing you. Your audience will love it. Everyone is looking for real. We're looking for people to understand us. We're looking for people to be able to relate to and with. I read a blog this morning and I was just like, man, that blog is exactly me. That blog is exactly my path. That blog is exactly my pathway. That blog is exactly where I've been. It's exactly where I'm going. And it's just like, yes, there was a major connection there, because I'm just like, this is exactly what I've been going through. This is exactly what I'm going through at the stage that I'm in right now. And I know for your people, and probably for you, if you've ever struggled, if you've ever had self-doubt, if you've ever had worry, stress, overwhelm, then you're almost guaranteed that your audience have felt that way or do feel that way. If you've got bigger goals around being more fitter, healthier, leaner, more successful, have more money, have more positioning, have more fame, have more exposure, have more clients, have more abundance, have more freedom, whatever the heck it is that you're selling, guaranteed that your audience also want that. So it's really important that you're sharing your journey, your experiences, your thoughts, your opinions, your stance, your not negotiables, all of that, sharing you from your heart and from your soul, so that they can kind of go, oh, thank fuck, I'm not alone, right? They might not be in the quagmire. They might be through that and just feeling kind of apathetic. You know, maybe they're just kind of cruising. A new client of mine said that one of the reasons that she's enrolled in the It Factor is because she's been cruising. You know, and that's really one of the biggest curses, I think, of, you know, doing well. It's that finding yourself in a position where you're just kind of cruising, just kind of coasting, and things are fine. You know, they're okay. Now, often you'll meet someone, and I guess this is what's happened, is that there's something that she's gone, you know what, actually, I'm not happy doing that anymore. You know, I want to go a bit higher. So it's kind of like, I guess, driving on that Sunday drive, and, you know, you're driving through the hills and it's all lovely. And it's like, all right, you know, I really feel like I need some, you know, I need some adrenaline. I need to put the foot down. I need to, you know, get some speed happening. I want to feel that kind of build up. So that's really, I guess, what you want to be sharing with your people. It's not just about identifying with the stress points. It's also about knowing where they're at now. And it's also about knowing where it is that they want to go, and sharing your thoughts, your opinions, your journey, your advice, your success mindset, your meditation, like whatever it is, in order to help move them forward. No matter what business you're in, no matter what industry you're in, your people need to be moved forward. And it's really a matter of you showing up. Every other man and his dog is doing what they're doing. So what makes you so damn different? Go and have a look in the mirror. The thing that makes you different is the fact that you're you, your journey, your successes, your lifestyle, your failures, your ability to pick yourself back up, your ability to inspire and motivate even when you're feeling like shit, your ability to keep going, your tenacity, your resilience, your go-get-it attitude, your fun, your laughter, your way of being able to articulate perhaps something that's really complex and break it down to something super simple. So the only thing that is going to make you stand out is the exact thing that stares back at you in the mirror every single day, and that is you. And you being able to identify with your audience so that they can identify with you. Most of the time, people that I work with, their audience that they want to work with is a previous iteration of themselves, maybe 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, before you knew what you know now, right? So if you're having trouble with niching, if you're having trouble trying to work out who the fuck you should even work with, then take a look at where you were 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, however long ago. And that's a really great place to start. If you were a whingy, whiny bitch back then, maybe you want to, you know, make some tweaks. But if you were still the awesome version of you, and, you know, you still just needed some help and you needed to go learn some stuff and you achieved some sense of breakthrough and result, then I would absolutely go back to that point and go, all right, well, what did I need to hear? What did I need to know? what would have gotten me, or what did get you moving? What was the impetus? What was that spark? What was the fulcrum? What was the thing that you've gone, fuck, I can't do this anymore like this. I've got to go and do something different. And that's the thing that you've really got to hammer on home with everybody and everything that you're putting out there. And nobody else has had that thing. Nobody else has had that moment that you had in the way that you had it, right? So it's a bit like with the It Factor 18 months ago, I'm like, what do I want to do? You know, it's ridiculous. I've been in business for 7.5 years and it's like, what do I want to do when I grow up? And I was coasting. Things were doing well. And I was a little bit, you know, like, is this it? You know, is this really it? I kind of had the 7-year business itch. And it wasn't like I didn't want the business, and I loved my clients, and I really enjoyed facilitating and doing what it was that I was doing. But I was just feeling it was a little ho-hum. It was kind of fine. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want a fine relationship. I don't want a fine sex life. I don't want a fine love life. I don't want a fine meal. I don't want a fine client. I want freaking clients that I would walk over hot coals for, like I was talking about on Saturday. I want to teach stuff, do stuff, deliver stuff that really creates massive transformation. I want to do things that are fun and exciting and adrenaline fueled and value based and, you know, deeply amazing. And the stuff that I was doing and teaching and the way that I was doing it and teaching it 18 months ago was just like, fine. And it doesn't work, right? So we've got to find that. Oh, for me, it didn't work anyway. So for me, it was about going, okay, well, how am I going to up level? What else, you know, what do I need to do? How do I need to change things so that I can expand, so that I can get back on that pathway of being excited and thrilled and loving getting up every fucking morning about to talk to you guys, about to do what it is that I do. And that was really all about creating the It Factor. You know, what do I need to do to be able to build that? What do I need to do? Who do I need to be? How do I need to transform? Who do I need to have around me in order to be able to really create that? Which is why the It Factor was even born just like last week. So that's that. You know, it's how the book came about. It's how I've been on television multiple times. It's how I've written articles for people. It's how I've done all of the stuff that I've done particularly in the last 4 months, but there's been a big build up into that. So that's what the It Factor is all about. If you haven't applied yet and you know that you're going to, message me and we'll get started. We'll start talking about it because it's really super important in order to really kind of create that powerful magnetism that you know your audience are just kind of waiting for, that you know that you resonate with when you see people online and you're like, yeah, bang, they're my people, right? We want to be able to do that for you as well. So that's it for today. Nice, short, sharp, and shiny. If you've got any questions, let me know. I can't wait to see your application or your message pop in my inbox so that we can talk about creating your It Factor. I'll talk to you tomorrow.